Hey everyone. It is your favorite CEO, Miss Flo, on a new episode on Neon Mike. I am here with some martial artists here at AwesomeCon today. So, can you guys quickly introduce yourselves real quick?
Sure, I'm Jason Milton.
And I'm Coach Markel, cosplaying as Miles Morales for today.
Nice, nice. And first, let everybody know the name of your dojo. Can I call it a dojo? Is that
Sure,
fitting?
yeah, you can call it that. It's Travel, Train, Teach. We travel the world, train with the best, and teach our community.
Oh, that's awesome. So, how long have you guys been operating? Are you guys in the DMV as
Yes,
well?
yes, we are. We started out in 2019, where a lot of places was closing down. We actually started flourishing. We started out in a little parking lot, and we moving into actual facility.
Oh, that's so cool. So wait, so can you just give us more insight of what it was like starting up and operating during the pandemic? Like you were like probably just getting your groove and then boom, everything shut down. Like what happened with that?
I would say that one, we just, like you said, we started operating in a parking lot at the CP Hall in College Park. And I will say one thing is that we didn't have to worry about keeping any lights on, so that worked out for us. Um, and it was in the summertime, so that was also good too. By the time the winter came, the CP Hall saw what we were doing in the parking lot, and they invited us in to teach classes in their little event room. And that's Saturdays from 9 to 11. And then from there, we acquired another facility in Gaithersburg at a jiu-jitsu gym called Alliance Foundry in Gaithersburg. And we also now, our main building that we operate out of is High Noon BJJ, and that's in Alexandria, Virginia.
Oh, cool. So you're a whole franchise. Like y'all have fully branched out, different locations, things like that.
Yes.
Uh,
In a sense, temporary until we get our own spot to call home.
that's amazing. And the fact that somebody just saw what you were doing and how y'all were benefiting the community and they were like so sweet to offer up a hand, like that's really dope. It's really a blessing. So if what type of martial arts do you teach?
Oh, so we teach Muay Thai, Muay Thai boxing, kickboxing, a little bit of regular boxing, a little bit of wrestling, and jujitsu.
Oh, so you're like very versatile.
Very
Yeah.
versatile.
Do you have anybody from your gym that's competing competitively or like in major leagues like UFC or any other major fighting league?
Not quite UFC yet, but we have like smaller tournaments and smaller affiliate places, like underneath like Cagezilla and stuff like that. That's local area and stuff. And actually, we got two guys that's going to Oklahoma for a big tournament in Muay Thai coming in August. Yep,
All right, let's go. So what are their records? Like, how are they doing so far?
they're doing good. Like one of the guys, I think this is going to be his first real fight, and the other guy, he's done a couple tournaments and he's done a couple smoker fights before. Smoker fights are like amateur fights.
Okay, nice. Thank you for like schooling me on the logo. I mean the lingo because my sister does martial arts. She's done that like her whole life. But I've been to a couple matches. I watched some things with her. It don't stick. That's just not my lane. I was tennis. That was her thing for sure. So let me tell you what you guys are doing here at AwesomeCon because I clearly tell you guys are fans. All right, you didn't explain your cosplay though.
I'm Master Roshi. I was like, it fits because we want to teach martial arts to the community, but that's what it is.
Got it, got it. I mean, just for those that may not know, you know, for sure. I mean, I kind of knew, but I didn't want to get that name wrong. All right. So, like, what is your experience so far at AwesomeCon? Because I think I saw you guys here last year.
Yep.
So, like, what is the vibe like here?
It's cool. It's because like for one, martial arts is a big part of anime as well. So we try to link the chain. Try to bridge the gap. And like a lot of people who come into it, some people it's not quite their thing, but it's okay because we understand we're part of the community. So
Yeah, the idea is you like to dress like your favorite superhero. Why not come to us and learn how to fight like them?
Oh, that's amazing. And like speaking of like fighting and training like a superhero, you know that in the DMV, well, nationwide, we're dealing with gun violence. Like it's just so rampant.
Yeah.
And I've hear a lot of people say like nobody really fights with their hands anymore. Everybody just results to the most extreme. So can you just like speak on that in terms of like how when you like okay first, what age range do you teach before I dive into that?
Oh, anywhere starting from our lowest far as some kids, seven, seven and on up, really, to any age past an adult, like however old you want to train. We go from seven on up.
So right, so it's never too late. Like you can
Never too
be
late.
as old as Master Roshi and then just like still get the training. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. All right, so with that being said, like when you work with the youth, like how do you motivate them to steer clear of any like lethal weapon and just, you know what I mean? Because some people misconstrue to say like martial arts is so violent, it's so like nobody wants to be part of that. But like when you are teaching and working with the youth, like what do you say to them? Like what do you are actually teaching them in your dojo to make sure that they steer clear of gun violence?
All right, well, allow me to dismask on this one because
Okay. Oh, I got the mask coming off now.
This one is kind of close to home a little.
While he's just masking, like we both grew up in the inner city, so we had to deal with those things. Now, when we talk to the kids, we talk to them on their level. Like we've been there, so we understand, and we tell them we don't start fights, but we finish them. Our first line of defense is our mouth. We try to talk out of it. We try to joke with the person and stuff like that, but we try anything we can to stay from getting violent. But we want them to be able to protect themselves when it comes down to it.
Yeah. Like to piggyback off what Coach Jason said, the violence and any kind of scuffle that you get into, it's always the last thing, the last resort, right? Now, there are a lot of youngins out there who have got a lot of guns and things are differently though, but not everybody have guns. So you might run into that situation where there's going to be a hand-to-hand. But again, we try to teach, the first thing is to try to, dissolve the situation first, as much as you can with words, keeping distance, for one. And, if all else fails, unfortunately, you might have to do what you have to do. But as far as teaching the youth, we also try to teach, along with conflict resolutions, also how to be accountable for your actions. All right, martial arts and fighting is not just about just throwing hands and kicking punches and all that kind of stuff. But it's about being accountable, learning how to deal with people, deal with tough situations. I feel like that's very lacking, especially in our young black males. They don't know how to accept rejection, deal with tough situations. Everything nowadays is an answer with a gun, right? And I'm saying, yeah, and it's unfortunate it's like that. So what we're trying to do is trying to spread the word that, listen, there's other ways, even though we teach you martial arts and how to defend yourselves, but there's other ways before you get there to handle yourself, verbally and physically.
I'm glad that you like spoke on that because it's like we just see so many things on the news. It's like, oh, well, the girl dumped him, or you know what I mean, or you said no, and then she's violently attacked. And I'm glad that you're speaking on that and being real with your students about that and having those types of conversations, because sometimes, like, I'm an educator, and when we have breaks in between or like after school, we have those conversations, but sometimes it's not heavily incorporated, in our curriculum, that type of conversation. So I do appreciate y'all for doing that. Now, do you partner with are you in the schools, or are you just like solely like your own thing right now?
Right now we're on our own thing, but we're definitely looking to partner with schools. Me growing up in Southeast DC back in the 80s and things like that, I'm a second generation martial artist. My father was a martial artist, and but we were off and on because my dad, he took sick and everything like that, and I really couldn't afford to go to an actual martial arts school growing up. What we like to think that we're doing is trying to be that school, like, hey, travel is in our name. Hey, we'll come to you. You can't get to us, we'll come to you, or we'll meet somewhere in the middle. To give you these to teach you martial arts and things like that. So I've lost my train of thought. But yes, we would like to work with some schools and try to help the youth. We're very big on that. Like, we've competed like over 12 years and things like that. We've been on fight teams and things like that, but we really like teaching the youth and beginner-friendly classes because we like the information. We like that oh wow factor that people get when they learn something about fighting and understanding it more, and not just that it's just a brutal thing. So yeah, we're definitely looking to partner with some schools and definitely looking to teach the youth.
Right. Thank you for that. And it does sound like you're very flexible with terms of pricing. Like nobody is really turned away. Like you're willing to put forth some effort and to make sure, like, if they're really serious about it and want to do it, it's like here you don't deny them access,
No.
which I feel like a lot of for-profit places tend to do. And it's good that you keep the door open and allow for anybody. If this is your passion, if you're really serious about it, then we'll take you in. And I just absolutely love that.
Yeah, like Bruce said, we teach anyone who wants to learn.
All right, that's good. And it sounds like you almost have like the origin story of an anime character, so I just really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for speaking with me. I'm going to let you guys continue on recruiting, and I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation because, again, we have conversations that just glow. So stay tuned for the next episode of Neon Mike. I'll catch you next time.